Hi, hello, people. Welcome to my next podcast, which is how poor communication destroys growing. So, basically, most business problems are not operational, they are communication problems. When communication breaks, growth breaks. As business grows, communication complexity increases. What once worked through casual conversation now needs structure. Poor communication creates internal misalignment. So, as usual, we can take my business as an example. If I don't pass down the commands of how to go about a particular thing, then there will be chaos. What to do or how to do, and maybe they don't know how to proceed it. As I was going through some health issues, I told my manager to take care of a certain thing, which is very important of a kind of installation which depends upon the future orders which we are going to receive. So I told my manager, I'm not feeling well. You kindly take care of those and make sure that the installation happens. And here at the next day when I woke up, I called him and asked him, what did he do? Did he call? He said, no, sir, I didn't have my bill, so that I didn't book, and I called you and you were not able to in the state of attend. And I said, it is not about me to be attending. If he had a good communication, he would have contacted the customer or he would have contacted the back office and would have he would have got the invoice and he would have made the arrangements which need to be done and made a good manager to be my side. Here the communication gap is over there. He is not able to process things and he is not able to get things. And poor communication slows down. Ultimately, the customer makes the customer dissatisfaction is happening right over. So this is not how a business has to be. And teams does not know priorities. Departments blame each other. Decisions slow down. Externally, poor communication creates customer confusion. Unclear pricing, vague timelines, and inconsistent messages destroy trust. Leadership communication matters the most. When leaders are clear, employees fill gaps with assumption. Assumption becomes mistakes. So that's what happened in the case. I told that it is important, but even though I was not in the able state to attend the call and explain him because I was in a drowsy state because of the all medicines. So here, poor communication creates customer confusion, unclear pricing, vague timelines, and inconsistent message destroys trust. When leaders are unclear, employment fill gaps with assumption. Assumption becomes mistakes. Why I am repeating this point is that this is not a good for any businesses. When communication breaks, growth also breaks. So you have to be very keen on what you are ready to be communicating to with your team. There should not be any. So the next point is good communication is simple, consistent, and repeated. Important message must be said multiple times in multiple formats. Listening is also a communication. Business that don't listen to its employees or customers lose touch with reality. Clarify priorities regularly. People, you have to clarify your priorities regularly. What is important, what is not important. You should have always frame it out and know what is. So you see that even I prioritize that installation has to be done and the follow up has to be done, but ultimately what happened? The customer was dissatisfied with our service and I had to make sure going in person with my health issue and making sure that, sir, this is just a communication error. I will make sure that this does not happen again within us because he gives us the value. We make sure that products are being, we are doing a mutual business. We have our turnovers. We need to make our company grow. He is the word of mouth for our industry. He may refer family or whoever his friends was ready to start a business according to it, who may have the similar requirement or even more a bigger one, which may impact me because of the services which I give him. He or she will be able to give. The communication must be very, very, very clear, people. So standardize customer communication. You have to standardize your customer communication. You have to make sure what does the customer needs. That is very much important for any businesses which you are going to do. Even it can be a textile, it can be home appliances, it can even be a footwear store. You can even be a company which sells organic items or which sells the spices which are required. That does not need to be understood by, that should be understood by each and every business owners, and encourage feedback. You have to get feedbacks from your customers, which makes when a company receives feedback, then only they know what standard they are being standing in, what are the measures they can do to correct it, and what will be the idea behind what the customer thinks and how we can go good, make it good, and feel them, make them feel that okay, they are taking our feedbacks very seriously and they are working upon it, which also creates a communication with the customer. As I've said, I'm extremely sorry for what happened, and as of right now we are ready to make the changes according to your wish, and we are ready to serve you even better than before, which is very much important for any kind of business to grow. So people here always have your ears out, and the communication has to be given in a very proper manner. If you are going to give a communication, maximum have it as a, not just by words, have it as a WhatsApp statement or a mail statement, or what you are going to say has to be recorded in any kind of a written form or a typed out form, which which you can say with a sense of security that I have said this correctly according to this. This is what the customer has said to me, and this is what is required from the company. So we can have a sense of clarity over there. So communication is also about listing out what you have said to the people and what you have not said to the people. I have faced some situations. My managers say that no sir, you said me this price, you said me that price. I will say that I have never said. Once at the earlier stage it was like this. No, you have given. That's why I gave it. And from that moment, okay, if you're saying like that, I'll just type out the model and I will just text you a message that this model I have given. So WhatsApp history stays, right? I don't keep a 7 days backup chat. So the WhatsApp message stays as alive. So whenever I say, I will just point it out and I will just drag it and I will just make it comment that here you see, I have mentioned that this is the price which I have given. This is also a communication. This is my managers made me as a barrier and manipulated me that I have given this price, and they wanted me to say that I have given this price by mistake. Not the manager has given. You said that's why only I gave it. But now I have a solid evidence. So communications also need to be typed out and also it needs to be kept alive. So that is very much important. So I am closing this podcast with growth demands clarity. Clear communication is no extra work. It is the work, and I'll meet you in the next podcast, people. Thank